Hello guys, this is the video with my next update of my Vanguard portfolio. This is also my stocks and shares ISA. I'm filming this video at the beginning of January 2022, and in this new year I've already made some changes, so I cannot say that this is the result that I finished my 2021 with, but we can definitely say that this is my starting point for 2022. So let's see where I will end up at the end of the year. So let's start. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anastasia. On this channel I talk about investing, and especially investing for beginners. I recently made a video where I spoke about my investing plans for 2022, and I said that I have very big plans for Vanguard because I am going to reach the limit of ISA allowance by April of this year. Hopefully. So I have now £6,500 invested into my ISA, which means that I still have about £15,000 left to save on capital gain tax. I also want to say that Vanguard showed the best result in 2021, and of course I regret not putting more money into this platform, but of course if I knew that Vanguard will show such good results, I would put more money into it straight away, but I didn't know. I also have to tell you that at the beginning I told you my investment plan for Vanguard was the dollar cost averaging strategy. I was buying my shares every single week. I also set up a direct debit for my life strategy fund with 80% equity, and I made little changes to that. Actually, not that little. So we'll look into it as well, but as soon as I show you my profile, you will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is how my ISA portfolio looks right now. As I said, I have £6,500 in it, but some of it is already the profit of my investment, so I actually invested less than that. I still have £15,700 remaining of my ISA allowance, and the financial year ends in April. It's different from the calendar year, so I still have a couple of months to invest this much, and my personal rate of return is plus 28%. And I haven't done anything extraordinary, so I've just been investing into S&P 500 and the Life Strategy Fund, and the majority of this result actually comes from S&P 500. S&P 500 has had a crazy year, second year in a row. Will it be able to continue growing for the third year in a row in 2022? I don't know, but again, S&P 500 is a fund that is going to grow long term. But because I invest through Vanguard for my long-term plans, this is basically my pension savings, I am not too scared, and I believe even if it doesn't grow in 2022, it will grow in the next 5 to 10 years, which is when I intend to use this money. I have available cash, still £246, which I ought to use really. And look at my last transaction. My last transaction was £1,485, which I bought S&P 500 for. Okay, and if we want to see what exactly I've invested my money in, we have to go to my investments and we will see which funds I hold there. Okay, so look at my graph. You see it's been going up slowly, like steps, and this is when every month I would invest a certain sum of money into my Vanguard account, and then here at the end of the year, on the 27th of December, I just put this £1,500 in straight away. Looking at calculations, we see that I paid £5,965 in. I haven't taken any money out and I haven't transferred any, and in the table of my investments returned, the interesting one is charges, so it gives you sort of an idea of how much I paid, and it came to £4.52, which I think is very little. Also the dividends are £31, but I don't take any dividends out, I just let it compound, so the price of the shares that I bought has grown by £581, plus the dividends got added to this sum, and obviously minus the charges, and altogether altogether, I made £608 this year from Vanguard. And the way I look at it is it's £608 that I wouldn't have had otherwise. And even though you think, well, 600 is not too much in the space of the whole year, but if you look at this sum in terms of percentage, it is actually a very good percentage because it's almost 30%. If we look at my portfolio performance on a month-to-month basis, we will see that I started investing in October 2020, but I had the minimum sum invested, which was £500, and this was one of the very few red months for me. So I got a little bit scared because it was my first investing experience and I saw my money down and I just didn't feel like continuing. That was definitely my mistake, because now I feel much more confident when I see the red number or when I see that the price of the shares that I bought goes down. I tend to have more courage to buy more shares at this moment. Back then I didn't. I was just a spring chicken in investing. I still am. Anyway, so in November I was already £29 up, which means that altogether I was £8 up. Then in December I was £5 up, but altogether £15 up. January was a bad month, but because I had two good previous months, my total gain was £7. And then starting from February I had very good months. I haven't changed my tactics, my strategy was exactly the same, and I was feeling more and more confident because I was constantly seeing good results. So in February plus £16, March already 78, April 147, May 118, because May was a quite bad month, which I didn't even notice really, because when I was buying shares regularly I wasn't necessarily looking at the price of these shares, so I saw that I'm still in green, which totally satisfied me at that point. So I didn't even notice that actually that month I ended up losing some money. So in June plus 205, July 249, and August £364. And look, in August alone I made £115. Out of £600, my total return on investment for the whole year, £115 came in August. Then in September I didn't have a very good month because my monthly return on investment was minus £66, but altogether I still was in profit for £296. And then in October alone I made £134, which gave me a total gain of £440. In November alone I made £106 and total return on investment was £546. In December plus £81, so together £638. And now in January I have minus £28, but altogether my return is still good, and this is the return that I'm reporting to you now. So let's look at my investments now, and you will see that the majority of the money that I made on Vanguard came from S&P 500, and the difference between the return from S&P 500 and Life Strategy Fund, which is my second biggest holding, is huge. The other ones I'm not even looking at because they are so little. Also, let's look at my transactions. You see that on average I buy 1 or 2 shares of each fund, and then on the 1st of January I put £1,500 into my Vanguard account and I bought 22 shares of S&P 500. So what happened there is me starting to fulfill my 2022 investment plan, where I hope to reach my ISA allowance by April 2022 for my stocks and shares ISA. That's why you will probably see in my next Vanguard update some big sums of money going into my ISA account. And dollar cost averaging is a good strategy and it works well for me, but statistically if you put a lump sum it actually works better. I made a separate video about it where I compare 2 strategies. You can watch this video here, but if you don't have time to see it, then just believe my word that statistically and historically lump sum does work better. The question is whether you have the lump sum to invest straight away or not. I didn't have a big sum to invest, plus I didn't feel confident enough with investing investing because I was so new to it. That's why I started with the dollar cost averaging strategy. But going forward, I don't feel any psychological problem with investing bigger sums. That's why this is exactly what I did. And actually, this is exactly why I'm losing £28 this month, because the price of shares has dropped since I put £1,500 into it. So that's why I'm at a loss, but I don't care because, as I said, I'm investing there long term. In the nearest future, I'm also going to make some more changes to my Vanguard portfolio. I'm going to make a separate video about it where I'll explain my decisions, because I'm going to change the funds that I hold there. So if you want to know which changes I'm going to make, then stay tuned, because that video is going to go out hopefully this month. Thank you so much guys for watching me today, and I hope to see you soon in my next videos. Bye bye.